all said it was an army of Akashi.
How may I help you today, Clive? All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Let me help. I know my letters. Most of them anyway.
Very well. The more eyes we have poring over these tomes, the sooner we'll find answers.
I was wondering when next you'd visit. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. I have quite the find for you today. You wish to study the tomes? Did you learn everything you needed?
Those imps are going to break that.
Which song should we listen?
If it's knowledge you seek.
So what do I owe the honour? What's that for you, dear? That it? Fine. Yep. What do you want? Anything else?
right, Clive. My dad had it all worked out.
He'd be proud of you, Mid. His writings may have helped, but this achievement is all yours. Can we catch them?
The Ainayar's one of the largest, fastest vessels ever built. And it won't help she has the wind at her back. Any other ship would be hard-pressed to keep pace with her, let alone reel her in. But this isn't any other ship. This is the Enterprise! And the world's never seen anything like my dad's engine.
It certainly hasn't.
Clive, what do you know of Barnabas Tharm?
Only what the bards sing. That he sailed to Ash from southern lands. That it was his mastery of the blade which won him the throne. And that his sword, Odin's sword, can sever the very threads of creation. But don't lose any sleep over a last tilt. We'll do what we must to survive.
What we must.
The light! I thought this cove was meant to be hidden.
Mid! Company!
Eh?
We'll hold them off until the ship is ready. But hurry!
Bollocks! All hands! Man your stations!
Everyone with me? Here they come!
I'll take care of these fuckers. Behind! I'll have you covered. About that offer, Sheriff. How are we doing, mate? I thought you said that ship was fast!
What's this good for our next time? And when you fancy giving them a push, you're in the old second class.
Oh? I'm about this alive in 20 summers! Come on, then! Which of you lot fancy facing Ogre Killer next? I thought it was called Heartbreaker. I get your training.
Don't let the coffee you can. Without the pay and I'll stand if I'm going first.
That was easy enough.
Alright, you lousy lot. Get your asses on board. She's ready to sail.
You heard the captain.
Clive?
But I thought he was...
Confounded. Then it is as I feared. Sleipnir is no man, but a creation of Odin.
Phoenix's fiery fundament. Have you no normal enemies?
Up for another round?
Of course we are. Right, Lord Rosfield? A boy, there was a time people called me the Executioner. Always in my eyes. No matter, heads will roll all the same.
Mate! New plan! You leave! We follow!
Follow? Swimming, are you? Oh, bugger me! Weigh anchor! Engine's dead slow ahead!
Have care, my friends. 'Tis not blood that runs through Megan's veins. These foes will not fall.
But they will. Like oaks before a woodman's axe. Good thing I brought one!
How long are we meant to keep this up?
As long as it takes. Unless you have a ration.
Well, I've already killed at least 5 of the bastards. Fuck it. Let's do the lot.
Should we make for the ship?
Not yet. Wait for my signal.
In your own time, Clive!
Right, run for it! Now, mate!
Alright, engine full ahead! And hold on tight!
What do you want?
That's quite a mess you've made. And wholly unnecessary. You are my offering to Mythos. I would not see you damaged.
Now back to your stations! Every bell spent treading water puts another league between us and the galleon.
I don't suppose Mid has a spare engine? Since you rose from the grave, my fortunes have plummeted. Are you absolutely certain of this quest of yours, Clive? The foes you face are as terrible as they are numerous.
Aye, and they'd have us live and die on their terms, which should answer your question.
Ah! You have that same stubborn look as your father did when he set his mind to something. On the battlefield, I am but a single axe. A deadly one, mind, but a single one nonetheless. Yet what you require is 1,000, and I believe my old friend in Brandalar can provide them. Take care, Clive. I have many more tales of your father's exploits to share. And I cannot very well do that if you're dead. Again.
Good luck, Uncle. And may fair winds attend you.
As for you, Joshua, take care.
I shall do my best, Uncle.
Farewell, my nephews. When next you see me, it shall be with an army at my back. Cheerio! Oh, yeah. Do keep up, my boy.
Well, you can't have him showing us up now, can we?
We would never hear the end of it.
Creaker of mercy. All this. What have I done?
My lord. between here and Waloed. But any ship heading north has to round Zemeckis and put through the Narrow. Maintain our current bearing north-northeast, and we'll catch the Black Galleon before she vanishes again.
What's to prevent her from circling around Ash from the south?
With these winds in those waters, it'd take 'em forever and a fortnight to reach Stonehere.
Mid knows what she's talking about, Clive. Better than any of us lot, anyway. I say we do as she tells.
Sails on the horizon.
She's ours. Look alive, boys! Full ahead! And keep those furnaces fed!
Aye, aye! Do you feel that,
Jill?
All hands! Battle stations! Let's see what this girl can do.
Where one leads, so does the other follow. The bond of consciousness which joins them condemning both to the same fate. Yet my every attempt to strike it from their hearts serves only to tighten its hold. Fascinating. But then, there is naught my blade cannot sever.
Great Gregor's gosh!
Barnabas.
Hard a port! Heads down, you brutes! And brace for impact!
It's now or never. I'll find her.
Bloody hell! How to stop it!
Where did you hide, huh, Barnabas? Stay down!
I need to hurry.
No! There he is! He wants him alive!
Hold on. I'm coming. For both of you.
Get back!
Clive, how did you...
I'll explain later. Hands. Can you walk?
Out of here I can.
Stand still!
Phoenix. Are you not the dominant of fire? I see naught before me but a guttering flame.
In earnest, then.
Can you go on?
I think so. But to where?
What did you do to Joshua?
The Phoenix? Oh, I expect he will survive. This consciousness in which you coil your feeble souls is grown thick with desperation. And thus has my master turned to my blade. The world will soon be painted in black. And all that live shall gather in death's autumn wake.
Not if we remove the cause of this misery. Not if we destroy the last of the Mother Crystals and restore balance to the world.
Come. Do you truly think it's so simple? The Blight is inevitable. Not even the Almighty might stop its endless march. Your efforts will avail us naught. Naught, that is, but suffering. You must embrace the truth, Mythos. Accept your place with the Lord.
Keep it. As long as there's a chance, there's a choice.
Ever led astray by your blind resolve.
Now, it is time you learn the inevitability of your divine fate, however much it may hurt.
Get as far away as you can.
Clive, no!
Trust me, Jill.
We don't have to do this. Oh, but we do. If only to remind you of your duty. Defend yourself. In the short time since our last meeting, you have grown much. Yet as a vessel, I fear my lord will still find you lacking. All this fire and fury, and for what? Stopping the light. A foolish notion put to you by a foolish man. How dare you? You know naught of this world or our place in it. If our fates were so easily rewritten, we would all be gods. Too slow. Are you ready? Seen enough. If reason cannot sway you, there are other means of persuasion that might. Rise, ye lost. Mantle you've been given. And thus is the light of hope severed. You would yield so soon.
Never.
Clive!
Do you not see? Your iron will weighs you down, dragging you ever further from your purpose.
And what is my purpose?
Mythos. Who are we? What are the dominants? The breath of the Creator still warm on our lips. We carry his light that we might guide the masses in his name. We are but mighty acts of God.
We are more than that.
You would be nothing without what he has granted you. The power we wield is his, and yet every time we draw upon it, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us, that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon. It is too much for even his chosen few. Apart from you, Mythos. You wield the might of many, yet your body does not answer for its avarice.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is that we dominants are a means to an end. We were created for you, that you might drink deep of our strength and thereby fulfill your divine purpose.
Which is?
To feed. As you would know, could you only look beyond the walls of your prison of self-regard. As long as you choose to ignore this, you shall never penetrate my defenses. Still, you may take solace in the fact that you are not alone in your plight. The chains of volition shackle all of mankind, but there is yet cause to rejoice. For the Lord, in his mercy, has taken pity on his flawed creations, and shall see them restored to their proper forms.
And what exactly would that be?
Why, loyal servants to God.
No.
Manners, Lord Rossfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
You mean to turn everyone Akashic?
Not turn, Mythos. Turn back. For too long has mankind been led astray by their clamorous wills. It is time they return to a world of quiet equality, where they might once more know salvation.
Salvation? And abandon everything we hold dear?
We don't need your salvation. We'll save ourselves, and we'll do it on our own terms. Not yours, and not your gods.
With every defiant expression of your will, the tighter the chains of consciousness become. But perhaps that fact may be put to use.
Clive!
The faster it binds you to the remaining dominance, the stronger your hunger will become. Until it leads you back to the only answer there ever was. Mayhap not by the path my master intended, but back all the same.
Ash is not far. I could freeze a path.
You're in no fit state.
Probably not, but I can try. Don't look back!
hope the others are safe.
The Enterprise was clear of the gap when we fell. They made it, Jill. And they will have seen the ice where it led. We need only wait till dawn. This is the second time Barnabas has bested me. I'm powerless against him.
And maybe there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
So you believe? But do you really know me? If what Barnabas said was true, then I'm more monster than man. And each time I summon the flames from within, I burn away the things that make me who I am.
Do you, though? Think of what you've used that power for. Of all the people you've saved. It doesn't matter how or by whom it was granted, only how you choose to use it. And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
I've also used it to kill. What if that's my purpose? What if it's all I'm good for?
You're still that same boy I grew up with. Always so eager to save everyone around you, and yet always so alone. Because you failed to realize the one thing that needed saving most of all. You, Clive. You. You never once took the time to save yourself.
Myself? I think I might be beyond saving.
No one is beyond saving, provided they want to be saved. You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do. What you've always done. And I know you're not about to change. So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Jill. Are you sure? If this is what you want, then...
Don't worry, Clive. It is. This burden, I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
But I'm not alone. These burdens I carry, my sins, my pain, my sorrow, I see now that they are all a part of me. those I love. And I will gladly bear your burdens too, until my last breath.
Clive.
I promise you, Jill. We will find a way to escape this fate. Find a way to save each other. That we might one day look upon the moon again, together.
And I promise you, Clive, that I will be there, no matter what you must become.
I know. I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
What of Barnabas? Do we pursue him?
No. Our paths will cross again soon enough. Whether we like it or not. Besides, there is something we must do first.
Of course. Drake's spine. The last Mother Crystal.
The Einherjar is at the bottom of the sea. Waloed won't dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.
Mid says Odin split the sea in two. She's always been partial to a tall tale. But as tall,
I struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherja, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle went to join him there when we're ready to...
You sure that's wise? Last I heard.
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague.
We're running out of time. We've done our best to shore up that hideaway. But I doubt if you still... We'll keep at it.
Let's hope so. We should visit Joshua, assuming Talia will allow it.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's... Well, anyway, the mine's just down the road from there, are spewing out ether like...
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. If something ain't done soon...
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. You reckon we should...
No.
Yeah, well... I can't stand about knowing what's happening out there, so I'm off.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. Come back.
Don't tell me we've run out of Papillons and all.
So what do I owe the honour? So, what'll it be? Not bad, if I do say so myself. And?
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me. Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris.
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha. Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the beastmen. I'll go and find her.
If she's not moved on already.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
How was she?
With Canva in the hands of a...
Don't tell me.
Oh no, I'm working on bringing another one of the cheats. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top for additional thermo amplification. Let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. A heck of a lot hotter than only mithril engines get hotter. And you can't chuck ore in one of them and get metal. Trouble is, we won't be able to make it, and I hear you once helped Helena get her hands.
If it's for the good of the... Oh. So...
You've got a couple of examples.
More fallen material. So this smelter is similar to the mithril engine in more ways than...
That's right. They're a bit like the thermal helms. Fallen ceramics deal with heat like... And what's more, they're directional. Transferring heat from the inside to the outside. But these things, we've collected as many as we can. And I know where we can get the rest.
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some echoes?
That's it, and we're only 3 short, mind. And we know there's one up Amber Way, in that ruin that they call Lost, and another in the Silent South, over in Dalmekia. Last one is in a...
All right, then.
It'll do.
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye? Think you can help?
No use calling Ambrosia now. This is no time to ride. these ones first. Well done, spherical echo. This is it. Right then. To me, boy! Help me, boy. I'm hurt, Tonto. Help me, boy. I'm hurt, Torgal. To me, boy! To me, boy! I'm hurt, Torgal. To me, boy! I'm hurt, Torgal. There's a good boy. Help me, boy. I'm hurt, Torgal. Fine hound.
Why? Your story.
I'm hurt, Torgo. To me, boy. Thanks, boy. There's a good boy. Help me, boy. To me, boy.
Let of us believe.
But there were ghosts at the gate not days ago.
You needn't fret. The creatures have been dealt with.
Those things I said before.
Oh, Clive. What am I to do? My wards and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here in Northreach.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders, second only to his Radiance at the head of the Imperial government. Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title, the Duke of Oriflamme.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a military stronghold, a foundation upon which to build a new Sambrec. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they deserve in his empire. One built on the confiscated property of the people.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly. But for whatever reason, he will not listen to me.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around. Couldn't he use that influence again?
How? By speaking out against one of the most powerful men in Sambrec. A man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve, and to improve the soldiers' lot within it. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel, and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. The Duke offers them a vision of strength and safety. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men. But given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable. The people have little appetite for further deprivation.
Who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal for your services to Northreach? You have the respect of the soldiers, and they will take you to his eminence. And unlike Philippe, well?
I'll see what I...
Thank you.
Tell me then, in the garrison.
Overseeing.
All right. I may have met this Duke before, at the Remembrance ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression. Let's go. All right. Straight home now. Enough. Help me, boy. I've heard Torgal. Too slow. I've heard Torgal. To me, boy. Well done, Torgal.
Why, your stall is as ripe as a midden heap.
No use calling Ambrosia now. Come on. Run like the wind. Farewell! Two down, one to go. Let's go. Faster! That's better. That's all of them. Owain can uncross his toes now. So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
Good day. Thank you.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. There's swarms of them out there. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need enough of the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his... Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. So then, long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village.
But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, he left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead?
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravoj is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah, so have I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. We're short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get... You,
We can't afford...
Right, you are. Don't want any... Oh, and... Blackthorn.
Akashic on...
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. And there are more coming up from the mob. They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open.
Good idea. Get yourselves in...
Understood.
I'm prepared to
Well, let's hope you don't. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fight...
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing. But they ain't...
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate, and it won't come to that. Take good care of Dravoj till I...
Leave it to me, and...
All right. Which one of you's first? Is that it? Apparently not. Not getting past me. question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we...
Good.
In time, yeah. But we can...
Sid! You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood, meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing.
And that's if the flood don't spread. I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but with ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more important, we'll fortify the gate, and I'll see that they're guarded.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up.
As for you, that's twice you've turned up when Dravosh needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but... Dravosh isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day. It's not about the craft. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but the average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravosh what a true master. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I dare. But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's back.
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come.
Blackthorn. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid.
And this is?
A token of... But I'm of a mind to make you. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a cross. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel. And I've learned to own an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to... And they're not just for show.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravosh in the first? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. So I turned back between the two of us. I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have...
Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the hideaway?
As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan.
Come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of happy nuts and all.
We were just about to make a start. It's funny, but none of this... You remember Camille? We'll be using his level work for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues' engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is, then.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
The sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the grunt. It'll take more than that to earn us our but we're up for the chap.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long...
We reckon with those items there, we could craft...
That's a weapon I'd like to see.
I was hoping you'd...
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next.
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had some...
Then tap the kegs!
Trouble with your gear, or... What do you want? That it? Fine. So what do I owe the honor? Well, if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't. You do what you need to do, Clive.
The stew's awfully thick. These days.
Covered in nicks and lumps. The lot.
With Canva in the hands of a Kashik.
Ah, Sid. Wasn't expecting you back so soon. So, is it good news or bad?
Good, thankfully. Here.
Ah, that's brilliant! Thanks a blimmin' million! I'll fit 'em to the smelter right away! May I present to you the Telemon Furnace? Ain't bad, is she?
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid. And I ain't about to let your good deed go unrewarded.
It's fine, really. My bag's flexible enough already.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few improvements to it yet.
You could just buy me a bigger...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some more room? And I reckon I know how. With a new alloy we've been working on. The Telemon furnace was just a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong, but it's also...
stretchy metal.
That is... So, what do you reckon?
It's actually quite ingenious. Thank you, Owain.
Shh, don't mention it. You earned it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have all kinds of uses for it around the hideaway. Can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Dreaming up new ways to make life easier around here. Maybe even out there, too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together. That bag of yours will be the first of many. You mark my words.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm sure. Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
The world seems to be changing so fast lately, I can hardly keep up. What I do know is that there's more bad news than good. You can tell that just by looking at people's faces.
Doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid? What?
You. I heard you were out here on your own.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished.
That was her just now, so...
I'd say so. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort. She's dangerous, Sid.
Then I'm going with... I'll take care of the escort. You...
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent...
Clive, I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to... As of those poor bears, they've lived their whole lives in servitude. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. So it's up to us to teach. And if you're wondering why you, well... The Wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it. But I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those...
All right.
Thanks. Wouldn't ask if I didn't have to. There. That should be enough to keep them in Gazal greens for a few years.
Gazal green?
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy. Better that than something that'll wither away. And chocobos love them too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet, they ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right and then...
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. I'll go up there and show him my...
I'm sure you...
Anything catch your eye? Take care out there, eh?
Good. They haven't broken. How did Doris come to know a slave?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. With all haste. Lest any of you lackwits start talking like these. I presume you're We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be...
Yes.
Oh, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try. It's over. So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
Sid.
Ah, Doris. I take it, you know, but casting your lot with this criminal of all people.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons. And she raised me like a daughter. And I did.
It wasn't all terrible. Surely, you were always so eager to learn. And had such clever hands. All my other children took either to the blade or to the book. But you proved yourself a master. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me?
I never swore my blade to you. Nor will I ever. To liberate the bearers of this... Farewell, master.
You always were a righteous. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court.
All right.
I am. And thank you for everything.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put coals.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hide. Oh, and your letter. You don't need...
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was... She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sanbreg. And she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't.
I hope so. You had quite the past yourself before you came anyway. Thanks again, Sid.
Keep up the good work.
Come back. The stew's awfully thin these days.
My Lord Marquis, that some of my fellow Guardians are to build a new home there, both for themselves and for Madame
It's true.
I have many fond... When I was a child, we would visit my aunt and uncle often. They would lavish attention upon... I went to see Aunt Hannah after my uncle passed away, but...
Oscar, I'd like you to...
But my training is not yet complete.
I warned you I might not be the easiest of masters. But I'm not as hard-hearted as that. Rebuild her home.
Thank you.
The Guardian saying we're supposed to grow on.
Ah, Lord Rossfield. What brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings, then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat, but they'd long since gone to seed. Only, with...
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant, so that they'll be able to fend...
That's not about... These bearers had only recently escaped their... They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves, bearers and Guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
The Horde is closing in.
They're coming, Sir Wade. All of them.
Damn it all. I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashek, a veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself and the Guardians might be able to defend the village, but...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just scrape through, but I fear that's rather an enormous if.
What if you could call on reinforcement?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might...
So wait. You said you lacked men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men, though they may not be trained soldiers like your guardians? What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference.
You're right, my lord. I will... My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool! Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you're certain...
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of...
Lord Rossfield, my leg...
So what's the plan?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves upon engaging with the Akashic. Each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point. With luck, that point will be the village square. The perfect and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade. But you'll be needed, please. Leave the...
Ha! And let...
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what we work together, each shielding the other that no man might fall. For Rosaria.
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord.
And I will do as you are.
Suppose we'd better do our bit.
Right you are.
The calm before the storm. And here it comes. I will not let this village fall. Stay down! Enough! Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic Curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's Ride and is headed
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So Wade, how many Akashic
Hard to say. My men are still facing... I could order a detachment.
No. Let them... You stay here too, Sir Wade. I'll go after the Curl. Join me only when Eastpool is won.
If you're sure. May the Founder protect you.
Come to tell me an Akashic Curl's heading towards the rest?
The Curl was sighted on Rhiannon's Ride back towards...
This is no time to ride. me, Torgal. Right. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rossfield.
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for... We were able to eradicate... I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seem... I hesitate to say it, but...
I think it might...
We saved... Thank you, my...
No, Sir Wade. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what...
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know him, but now we do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. But there's no doubt in my mind. We're free men now. We have to fight to protect.
And we shall. This is our home. And if anyone or anything try...
They'll have us to answer. Come on, then.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. Your father took pity on the bearers, and I believe if he was still with us today, this...
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help. After all, this is my home now, too. And I could hardly call...
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian. But you should be proud. I'll have to pull my weight, too. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Ma?
Of course. And us Rosarians have got to stick together.
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get... I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right.
Lord Rossfield, clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes.
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria...
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
The hero? It's lucky you came. Not only did my seeds get delivered...
I just did what I...
And it's only... Take it.
Thank you, Ma.
So, he's... And a home to free bearers.
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves. Thinking, though I suppose the rest ain't much different now. You know, bearers living free like that. Loath as I am to recall that...
I take it you didn't always see eye to...
Well... If you really want to know, I started... In fact, that's how I met him. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both... And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. But my bearers were still dying right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and... And do you know what he did? And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for...
And you were?
Well... We both wanted the same thing, just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that...
Indeed, but the loftier one's ambitions Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father...
Suppose you're right. And if we don't manage it, there's a good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wing. It's almost enough to give you a little bit... Anyway, better get back to work. Let's see. The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty...
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
There were ghosts at the gates, not Daisy.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. I was hoping I might be able to...
We're under orders not to let any... But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about... Wait here.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the and I should... Tell me.
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to...
Ah, you are worried the expanded yet you needn't be. A pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier, but no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire...
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Which is more than can be said. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the... with Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the towns, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy. Plans are all soon enough. These thralls shall learn...
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these... Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense.
The people will do... If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require one whose author... That is why this... So that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befit. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous...
I suspect that...
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive... You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own...
Sabine,
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead...
Without an empire...
And in yours, there will be only... Is that what Griga wills for her...
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. The citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to... Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall. I've been hearing a lot of talk.
Nothing going around, and with hardly a word to the Dame. This is...
I take it you'd rather she...
As far as I'm concerned, just need his Eminence.
All right there?
Just your opinion. I wondered what you thought.
Not much. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the Holy... Now he's trying to drive us out completely. Threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't... If the Dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'll be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
I heard the dame got an icon to rid the meadows of those ghasts.
Come now, she surely cannot count a dominant amongst her clients.
A question. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
You build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, we'll do whatever it takes to keep what's out. Whatever it takes.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Those things I said before.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing.
Well, I mean, look around us. You can... The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the empires, and if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those...
I left everything in the...
You're the one who was talking to his
On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the... What do you think of his...
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the dame. But I've got a family to look... That's where my loyalties lie. Not with the town or the Empire. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards...
As long as you remain, the veil...
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing yourself.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn... Do you think that's a good...
It's not for me. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but once Sanbreque is back on her feet...
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this. Captain.
For you? Certainly. Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about... Do you intend to go along?
But to tell you the truth, it's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the...
That's right.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She...
Thank you, Clive. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Well, duty. Thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Ah, Clive, were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was.
Well, It will certainly help to hold back the thrall, though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire that...
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in you. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their order, and not just because of the Duke's rank.
I thought as... Had I sworn to protect Sambrek? I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
But why?
Because I realized what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for... We need to stand together. With you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against...
Indeed.
All of us. That has always been Northreach's best hope. We have only to turn our attention... Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what...
Anything for you, milady. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has lofty...
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the first time.
There may be hope for Northreach yet. Especially with men like you and Philippe to... I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt, but I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid. Until then, Clive.
Until then...